Trump versus Mexico. Last week, the battle over immigration escalated when Trump threatened to impose tariffs on Mexico and even cancel Taco Tuesdays. It's crazy that the Constitution gives him that power. But luckily over the weekend, this happened.
No Monday morning tariffs on Mexico after President Trump clinched an 11th-hour immigration deal for tougher enforcement, tweeting there is now going to be great cooperation between Mexico and the U.S.
President Trump announcing that the U.S. and Mexico reached an agreement averting a potential economic crisis.
Yes! Crisis averted. Thank you, Trump. You realize this could have tanked the stock market, it could have seriously hurt the U.S. economy, but Trump stopped it from happening. And yes, he was the one who caused the crisis to begin with, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Don't hate. That's right. Give it up for Trump. Give it up for Trump. Yeah. That's what I love about this guy. Anyone can be a good guy. Anyone can be a bad guy. Not everyone can be both. Huh? Yeah. He's Bruce Willis and the guys that have taken the building hostage. That's who he is. He's the kind of guy who starts the timer on the bomb, then turns around and is like, Jesus, this sicko only gave us 3 minutes. We got to get out of here. People are like, why did you set the bomb in the first place? It's called tension, folks. Now, as part of the New Deal, Trump says that Mexico is going to increase troops at the border, crack down on human smuggling, and throw him that quinceañera that he's been asking for. Yes. Ay, muy guapo! Donald, muy guapo! The point is, Trump made a deal. The only thing is, it may not actually be a new deal.
Despite President Trump touting the agreement as a, quote, new deal, just how new the terms are, that's up for debate. The New York Times reports that Mexico had previously agreed to deploy its National Guard during high-level secret talks back in March.
Man, you know what? This is just straight-up hating from the New York Times, huh? Focusing on when the deal was actually made. Who cares if Trump's new deal is actually an old deal? The point is it happened. Well, when did it happen? New York Times reminds me of my landlord, always focusing on when I paid the rent. Trevor, when are you going to pay the rent? I paid you last month. What, is this going to happen every month? I feel like this is blackmail. And you know what? Who cares if Trump is taking an old deal and pretending it's new? It's what Hollywood has been doing for years, huh? Aladdin, Pet Sematary, Dumbo. It always works. Okay, well, not always works, because one time I pitched my live-action Tetris movie starring The Rock as the elf thingy, and then Steven Spielberg told me to, quote, get out of his bedroom. Whatever that means. Now, the question is, why would Trump cancel his tariffs if Mexico didn't really give him anything new? Well, maybe it's because things at home were getting muy caliente.
The White House faced some pretty stiff resistance from Republicans as well as business leaders on all of this. You had Politico reporting about a closed-door lunch on Tuesday. You had a couple of Trump administration officials who tried to lay out the president's view, but they reportedly only faced brutal pushback from the GOP, with some threatening that Trump could actually face a veto-proof majority to overturn the tariffs.
Wow, this is deep. So Trump was threatening Mexico, and Mexico was in turn threatening U.S. businesses, and then U.S. businesses were threatening the GOP, and then the GOP was threatening Trump. God damn. He was always going to lose this. You never get into a Mexican standoff with actual Mexicans. It's too risky. It's like French kissing an actual French person. They will bust the tongue right through the back of your head. You can't risk that shit. But before you guys hate on Trump and say that he didn't get anything major out of this deal, you're forgetting one thing. But it's a secret.
President Trump now saying a secret part of the deal still hasn't been announced, tweeting the U.S. has a fully signed and documented part of the deal with Mexico that will be revealed in the not-too-distant future.
Ooh, a secret deal. This is so exciting. Like, I wonder what it is, huh? What if America is making Mexico the 51st state, huh? That could be the new deal. Be like, folks, they can't sneak into the country if they're already in the country. Problem solved. I did it. I did it. Yeah. I also love how Trump provided zero details about this deal. Yeah, this is why Trump is a G, man. He knows that the best way to entice someone is to keep it vague. He probably learned that from R&B singers. Yeah, because they don't tell you exactly what they do. They just give it to you like, girl, you know that thing you want? Well, I'm going to give it to you. It's like, what is that? Well, I ain't gonna tell you, girl, but you're gonna find out, and when you do, ooh. Well, when are you gonna give it to me? Damn, girl, who cares? What are you, my landlord? Calm down.